Stephen. That was our host getting his licks in. And we are now videotaping in the home of Stephen and Jackie. And the one thing I guess we should say in the very beginning, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, is that this is an original. In other words, we're not taking anything nor taking away from the value of 12-step programs or even A Course in Miracles, because this is coming to us in a language, as you'll soon see, which uses Course in Miracles language. It's very beautifully done, as you also will see. And my gut feeling is that this group here in Fort Lauderdale will be joined with many, many other groups all over the world. I'm fairly certain that ultimately, in time, all of the things that we're doing will be translated into every single language that the world now knows, as is happening with A Course in Miracles. What you might not know is that I guess it was 20 some odd years ago, my cousin Paul Steinberg and I started what appears to be the first study group of A Course in Miracles in my office, which was at that time in Melville, Long Island, New York. And of course today, 1999, the very beginning, there's probably not a city in the world that does not have a group of A Course in Miracles. So with all that said, and the introductions properly made, I just want to say one more thing, which is basically about our purpose. In other words, what is the purpose of these groups getting together? I think and feel rather confident that the purpose of this group is, number one, to eliminate fear. There are many, many groups that meet, and a lot of support groups that get together, and I visited a great many of them. And the one thing that I picked up, or maybe more than one thing, but the thing that stands out in my mind is that a lot of these support groups leaves 1 or 2 or 50 with a feeling of fear. This is not our focus here. Our focus is to leave everyone with a feeling of love, which, of course, A Course in Miracles tells us that it's either love or it's fear, but it cannot be both, not at the same time. So our focus will be to create a very loving, healthy environment with no fear present because someone has an addiction to anything. An addiction itself is not a bad word, in my opinion. It's just a word that the world has embraced as seeing someone with a problem. I don't see it as a problem. I see it more as a habit.